Hello and welcome back to JM Football. We said we were going to go live at 3:30. Well, guess what?
We lied.
We lied.
We're live.
We lied and we're live because there is a lot happening in the NFL world. I hope that you are doing fine. I hope you're doing swell, and I hope you're having a great day. Fellas, by the way, the camera is right there. I'm going to look at that camera for the entire stream. Dalton Feely, your Colts have been super active. Shelfy, we'll get to your Eagles. They may not be done, but they already made a move for an edge rusher. Rashid Shaheed's another move that I really like as well, going to the Seattle Seahawks. Logan Wilson, the Cowboys have been super active.
Their defense,
trading four guys. They're trying to become the 31st ranked defense when they're actually the 32nd ranked defense. Maybe, flip a coin if the Bengals or the Giants defense is worse than the Cowboy defense. But Dalton Feely, tell me what your Colts have done and tell me how you're feeling.
I could do the Indiana Jones theme song, but I'm not going to continue doing it because I don't want to annoy people. My goodness, I am at a loss for words in a good way. The haul, 2 first-round picks and A.D. Mitchell, Adonai Mitchell, that's a pretty penny, but when you're acquiring an elite talent like Sauce Gardner, you're going to have to pay a pretty penny. And this was the biggest need on the Colts defense, especially. Cornerback has been dreadful over the last couple of seasons. Sauce Gardner, he might not be the same guy as he was in 2022.
He's not dominant.
But I think he can be in this defense because, quite frankly, no disrespect to the Jets, but disrespect coming, they're not good. They haven't been good. And so Sauce Gardner has played in a lot of meaningless football games. And guess what he gets to do when he goes to Indianapolis now, folks? He's playing for a team that's currently the best in football, the best in the AFC. That could be a complete change for Lou Anarumo's defense in his first year. I am super pumped about this deal, and they could arguably be Super Bowl favorites somehow, which is insane to say. I don't know if I go that far, but you can make the argument, and it's not crazy.
I was just talking about a Vanilla Vic versus Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl before we went live. Sure, that would be something. Daniel Jones versus Saquon Barkley in the Super Bowl. How do you feel about that?
Are you worried about Daniel Jones under pressure at all? Because that's where I think the last 2 weeks, like you've seen, like the splits of DJ pocket kept clean. I even for the first time took a little bit of a dive into his Pro Football Reference page, and I'm like, that's what I did.
What was it? Thank you.
Because I'm seeing a sack rate that's like 3% when he's lived in like the 8, 9, 10% range. I'm seeing yards per completion up there. I'm seeing a completion rate that's high and an air yards per attempt that's the highest of his career, which that's something that typically he hasn't been able to marry very well throughout his career, especially not throwing it deep. But I think over the last 2 weeks, especially against Pittsburgh, they did a good job pressuring him. But they also turned over the ball a lot, which you're not going to do every game. So
6 turnovers.
Are you coming down? Yeah, which is a lot. You're not going to do that every game.
Yeah.
Are you coming down on them, on him at all?
No. I think his biggest issue is when playing under pressure, and the Colts have done a pretty good job in protecting him and keeping him upright. But I'll be honest, prior to the Tennessee game a couple of weeks ago, he had been playing nearly immaculate under pressure. Like he had been playing out of his mind, something we haven't seen since 2022, Daniel Jones. But that said, you can win with Daniel Jones. And I can't believe I just said those words. He's been playing very well, very good. I don't know what the proper English is.
Very well.
But the Colts, what they do well, Shane Steichen and co., they do a good job of minimizing his flaws and issues. Like they protect him. He's not good under pressure. First read, gets the ball out of his hands. He's good with that. Play action, shot pass, he's still good at that. He hits Alec Pierce a lot down the sideline. Yeah. Like they do a good job highlighting his strengths while also making his weaknesses more invisible during these games.
I'm actually going to try and pull something up right now. I'm going to share my screen.
Oh,
and we're going to I'm going to add it here. And I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah. So now we're looking at stats under pressure. So let's do this together.
Okay.
Let's go to quarterback rating. He has the second. First of all, he's leading the league in passing yards right now.
Think about that.
He's second in the league in most yards under pressure. He is 6th in QB rating, completion rate under pressure. He's 8th, so still top 10.
Which I just want to point out with the rating, right? He's 6th in quarterback rating under pressure, and he also has the most yards. So when he's facing pressure, like he's been facing it more often than I think people have realized. and he hasn't been making many mistakes.
He's 4th in EPA per dropback when under pressure as well. And how many sacks has he taken?
Not
while
many.
he's
His
under
first,
pressure?
his
Well,
first,
not a lot.
yeah, his first 3rd down sack came 2 weeks ago versus the Titans. He had gone 6 or 7 weeks without taking a sack on 3rd down. That's insane.
Yeah.
But, I think he came down to earth a little bit versus Pittsburgh. I think part of it was the interior offensive line just got beat. Like the Steelers' defensive line, I know their defense overall has had some struggles. They are still one of the best defensive lines in football. TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, your boy Herbig, right?
He's got to play and start.
He could be a starter somewhere. Yeah. So I think they got outplayed and outmatched on the trenches this week. I don't foresee that happening much more the rest of the season, though.
Yeah, and I'm even looking at time to throw, too. Is like when he's pressured, is he getting rid of the ball? And he has the 4th quickest time to throw under pressure. Matthew Stafford leading the way. Fastest.
Potential MVP, Matthew Stafford.
Potential MVP. Yeah, man. So those are your Colts. They wanted to add a corner. They said no to my Giants and Deontay Banks.
Shocking, I know.
And they said, okay, we'll do Sauce Gardner. And even that contract is pretty damn good, too. Now, I will say, if you're giving up 2 first-round picks, like even regardless if Sauce Gardner had a bad contract, regardless of if he had a good or a bad contract, right, where the Colts can get out of it, you're not giving up 2 first-round picks with the intent of, oh, well, in 2027, he has 0 dead money and $20.9 million you can save against the cap. That you're not doing that for the next year and a half, or this would be 2.5 years to get rid of this guy, right? I would hope that's not their intent.
No way. Like they see him as an all-pro caliber cornerback, which is huge in a Lou Anarumo defense. Like we saw it a couple of years ago in 21 when they were going to the Super Bowl. That secondary was the strong suit outside of Trey Hendrickson on that D-line and Logan Wilson, the linebackers. Like you had those 2 stars, but the core of the secondary, like it's a crazy thing to say. Like there was no superstar, but they had guys that fit his scheme. Now Lou Anarumo has his best, I think, cornerback he's had ever, which is insane. My last point, which kind of relates to Shelfy here, I've jokingly called Chris Ballard the anti-Howie Roseman. And what I mean by that is Howie Roseman swings for the fences a lot. And he's considered one of the best general managers in football by acquiring these veterans for a cheaper price. Ballard's been made fun of for not going for it.
Right.
And this year he's established, and I'm very happy he finally did it. They're 7-2.
Well, when was the last time you can really, and this is a crazy sentence to say, when was the last time they've had a quarterback that was playing this well?
I guess you can argue 2020 Phillip Rivers.
Not this. I understand, like, that's the last time that a quarterback was playing well for them. It wasn't this well.
Yeah.
You know?
I think
passing yards,
What's that?
Daniel Jones leading league in passing yards?
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Crazy.
But also Phillip Rivers, different point in his career versus where Daniel Jones is at, let's just say I think he's 27 years old.
Yeah. So I guess certain points are 2020 Phillip Rivers, 2018 Luck, 2014 Luck. And then you go to like 2009 Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. Shelfy, I haven't seen my team, the Indianapolis Colts, win a division. Not win a Super Bowl, not make the playoffs. I'm talking about just winning the division since I was in high school in 2014.
Yeah. This team just from top to bottom since week 1 has been doing their breaking trends that the franchise has.
Winning week 1.
Winning week 1 broke a trend. So yeah, I mean, Daniel Jones, just get him comfortable. I hate to say it, Penik, but things got ugly in New York, and sometimes just getting a breath of fresh air and getting a coach that will highlight your strengths the way that they have. They're running the ball great.
Yeah, they're kicking ass.
They're a good team.
And I guess the other funny thing is one of their losses this year was because of an AD Mitchell fumble, who's also part of the deal.
Yep.
So
get him out of here. Which I think that's a pretty solid get with the picks for the Jets as well.
So do you want to let's move to the Jets. They have acquired 3 first-round picks today and a second-round pick.
Yep.
And AD Mitchell.
And Mozzie Smith.
And
your boy Mozzie Smith, who you loved coming out of Michigan. You said, quote, he's the best player in this draft, pounding the table.
Nope.
No?
He's been
He's
been so bad in the NFL. One of my buddies is a Cowboy fan. You know Michael Boker.
I do.
Cowboy fan Michael Boker.
Sure.
And
sure do.
Calls him Mozzie Maxi Pad Smith. That's what he calls him.
Ooh, that's tough.
It's a tough nickname.
It's a tough
That's
nickname.
Not great.
Because that's what he's played. He's played soft.
I'll say it. Not great.
Not great.
He's been a healthy. Mozzie Smith doesn't mean anything to me in this trade because he's been a healthy, inactive, scratch player on the worst defense in the league.
Right.
So it doesn't really mean anything. But the 3 first-round picks definitely do, and it is the what pick they gave the Cowboys for Quinnen Williams. Gave the Packers first-round pick, which is a little bit, if you're a Jets fan, you're kind of rolling your eyes a little bit at
officially now, it just came out. I guess it's a conditional trade where the Jets will get the higher pick of the two via Schefter.
And then we need to find out
picks in the NFL.
We need to find out what the conditions are.
So it's
and then root for those conditions.
Yep, they both said it. Rappaport and Schefter. The Jets get the higher of the 2 first in 2027 from either Dallas or Green Bay, which they acquired from Michael
Jets
Parsons.
have offers on the table for running back Breece Hall
and Jermaine Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson makes a lot of sense. And if you guys didn't get, I know we're bouncing over.
If we didn't get
Jalen Phillips, Jermaine Johnson, Joe Douglas in the front office now drafted Jermaine Johnson makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I'm not even rolling that out, even though I kind of am.
And I'll tell you what, man. I continue to like where the Jets are headed. Despite them being awful, I really thought that they were going to compete a little bit more this year.
Yeah.
Elijah Vera-Tucker going down just kills them, but you say that every single year. It's starting to become, okay, but how often can you actually rely on this guy?
Mm-hmm.
So they may have to look to really get like a viable replacement in there. But do you really want to build your team thinking that Elijah Vera-Tucker is not going to be in here? So that's a tough situation, but they have a really young, good offensive line. Ormond Membo's having a really good rookie year. I mean, they've traded a lot of their talent away on defense that you really like, but still, like, there are talented pieces on that defense, depending on how many they trade away by the end of today and in the next hour and a half. But I still like where they're going. And it's simply because of that offensive line and the identity that they have, and even the guys that they have coming from the Lions, where they've kind of have done this, except what the Lions didn't really fully have. The Lions never fully had all of this draft ammo. This is an insane amount of draft ammo and ammunition that they're going to have through these next 2 years.
Let me just ask you this, Justin Penik, because I think it's a big point for the Jets because you've traded arguably their 2 best defenders. Some would even include Quincy Williams or Jamie Sherwood being in that top tier defense on defense players on that side of the ball.
Yeah, I love that linebacker duo.
Is there anyone on the Jets that you would say is untouchable?
No, if Quinnen wasn't, and if Sauce Gardner wasn't, I mean, I would even say Garrett Wilson. I think it's a lot easier to replace. I think it's a lot easier to replace Garrett Wilson if you want to devote a top pick at wide receiver in the draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, there's another one coming out of Ohio State soon, right? Any one of those guys, I think it's a lot easier to replace what Garrett Wilson can do than even the top flight corner in Sauce Gardner, because just because you draft a corner at the top end of the draft, that doesn't mean that he's going to be an automatic hit.
Right. And
same thing with the interior D line, where those guys, it feels like the truly elite ones are kind of a dime a dozen. But even Quinnen, the pass rush productivity has fallen off since what he did a couple years ago back in 2022, where he had 12 sacks and almost 30 quarterback hits. But he's still a really good player, and he's still a really good run defender, and he'll still give you sacks and QB hits every single year. I just think Garrett Wilson's a lot more easily replaceable than some of those other guys.
I agree with that. And that was probably the one name I was considering to be a potential untouchable, if you will. But like you said, if you're moving off of Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams, I think everyone should be on.
Everyone is on the table.
Everyone has to be on the table. Running back's a hard position to trade. I don't know if they do Breece Hall, Shelfy. I know you're a big fantasy guy. Do you think Breece Hall gets traded? And if so, where would be like your ideal scenario for him or situation for him to go to?
All right, so I'm going to flip that question back to you in a second, because my brain with this and where my brain goes with this, especially when you bring up fantasy, is I'm a big fan of Allen.
Okay.
Like just the future of that backfield, wouldn't be shocked if Breece Hall's just not in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially for 26, because Braylon got banged up this year's out, which
you get
stunk.
him back healthy next year, and you can there's always running backs in the 3rd to 6th round of every draft that you can always go find. So when it comes to the future of that backfield, you get something for Breece Hall right now. He's having his best year career-wise statistically, yeah? Or at least it's up there. I know he's having a great fantasy
Not for
season.
touchdowns, but for efficiency.
I was going to say, I'm not sure what his bait. Let me just look up at his stats.
Didn't the Chiefs
now.
go good?
that's an interesting one, right? Because you lose Pacheco coming.
That's a good spot.
And they've struggled with the run game. Kareem, they really like Kareem Hunt in terms of short yardage. There is a stat. I think they're 19 of 21 on 3rd or 4th down and 1 this year with Kareem Hunt. So they've been very successful with him there. But they kind of need an explosive playmaker
100%.
in the running game. Because, and again, the other guy they have taken away Pacheco due to injury is Prashad Smith, who's a receiving back. They use him more as that receiving 3rd down caliber guy. I think you'd love to have a guy 1st and 10 who's a legitimate threat to take one to the crib in the running
Pittsburgh.
game. They like Warren, though. He's another efficiency guy.
Warren's been really good. Warren's been good for them. But other than that, I would
Chargers.
If New England,
that's an interesting one because of Marion Hampton's
Chargers,
injury.
yeah,
if Idell's
Hampton
played
out.
well, do you try to go quote unquote chips in
Get
here?
a guy.
if New England wasn't in division, then I would be like New England because New England needs skill position. They need running back. They need wide receiver. They especially need wide receiver. So that's like I'm waiting for New England to do something at the skill position spot before 4 p.m. comes. Will that come? Especially like Jacoby Myers felt like the most obvious wide receiver to be moved.
Right.
Is there any other one that's going to really be moved?
Can I say him going to Jacksonville did surprise me a little bit because it felt like they were going to move a wide receiver.
Yeah, with BTJ.
Well, that may come, even if it doesn't.
Yeah,
come
well, I was
now.
going to say, is that something we could see both ends of that?
Listen, the fact that there were even rumors that they're listening for Brian Thomas Jr. after the rookie year that he had, I think that should tell you everything that you need to know about the trajectory of his future.
But I think a big thing, and I'm surprised it hasn't been mentioned much around the national media, is that he wasn't drafted by James Gladstone.
Right.
Like that's not their pick.
Right,
I know he's a second.
He kicked ass. He had an insane rookie year.
Yeah. And that's 100%. Like you know how much I love BTJ.
Yeah.
I think he's such a good player. Sometimes when a new regime comes in, you don't fit exactly what they want to do. And obviously the best coaches
especially
adapt
if you have trade value.
Right. And especially like, if you're an elite coach, you fit your system around the players you have. You don't force square pegs into circle holes, right?
Yeah.
So PTJ is so good. I think it'd be so crazy for them to move off of him year 2, banged up, having those issues over the middle of the field. You got to hold on to him.
Is it just drops?
You know where I could see him?
I think a little bit of afraid to get hit.
He got drops. He dropped the ball a little bit in the beginning of the part of the year, and then his
injuries.
Mentals have just been thrown off.
Which I think part of it is the shoulder injury. Because, listen, I'm 6'1", 150 pounds. I cannot take a hit for the life of me.
But it's a mindset. If you know you're fucked up.
But that said, if you're hurt, right? You're hurt. You don't want to get hit. Yeah. No way. So I think that has to play part of it because he was so good last year. I don't think that type of talent falls off in 1 year.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
So
little nagging injuries like that go under discussed in football all the time.
Yes, guys just play through
Carter
crazy
hurt
stuff.
His arm early in the season and was not himself for a month.
Right. It was questioned that if he would play week 1.
Yeah.
Too.
And then he didn't.
And then he did. He did play week 1. Did he play a big role? Kinda.
Sorta.
Maybe one play.
Sorta. But imagine Brian Thomas in a Chiefs uniform.
Don't say that. That's insane. I don't think they make a move. So you have Jacoby Myers, BTJ if he's healthy, and then Parker Washington, who had a pretty good week last week. I'd be very shocked if they move.
Yeah.
Anyone.
No, Breece Hall with the sad face emoji tweet. Like just now.
So I think
he saw it. He got the notification just like the rest of us.
Let's play detective here. I'm guessing that it's, oh shit, we just saw Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner moved. I haven't gotten moved yet. What the hell?
I just got a notification with my name on it.
God, they're going to be so bad though. They're going to be so bad to watch the rest of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, fantasy implications off of these trades today. Any must snags or go grab right nows? Waivers process tomorrow.
Shaheed is interesting because he's a vertical threat. And I'm curious to how he's going to fit because he played. It is Kubiak's son, Clint Kubiak.
Yeah,
who's the offense coordinator. He was the offense coordinator with the Saints last year, so there's a little bit of a reunion there for Shaheed and Kubiak.
Yep.
I'm curious because you have JSN playing arguably as the best wide receiver in football.
Best wide receiver in football
currently. Cup has been banged up, hasn't been as great as we thought he would be after signing that 3-year deal, but Shaheed, man, that could be a potential game changer.
Yeah, I mean, JSN, they've been able to target him deep, intermediate, and short, literally all three level player.
Right.
And what Shaheed is just going to bring, I mean, I think you look at the names of what the Seahawks are running out there at wide receiver, and you look and you kind of like, oh boy, that's not that good, but they've been able to make it work. Because Sam Darnold has been incredible. I think Horton's even been pretty solid.
And he looked so good
as a rookie too.
Sunday night, yeah.
But what Shaheed's going to do, you're going to have 2 wide receivers out there in JSN and Rashid Shaheed that are going to average more than 15 yards per reception for you. And that is insane. Oh God.
Whoa. Hello.
It's getting me choked up. I love Shaheed, man. He's like one of those versatile chess piece players that I think can do more than just be like a one-trick pony running deep. But guess what? That
one play when it's well timed can change a game.
Yes. Like I think he can do more, and I think he can even be like a yak. I mean, but he even is a yak guy when being targeted deep as well. So I really think that changes that offense that already is pretty damn explosive. Where even if Shaheed's not getting 7-8 targets a game, like you said, there could be that one play, and it could be in a playoff game. It could be in a divisional game late in the year where it makes that difference and he breaks one open, and it just totally changes that game.
Shaheed, I mean, I think looking at it for the Seahawks offense, I'm going to use an Eagles example because Shelfy loves his birds, and we don't talk about him enough, right?
Yeah, we skipped right over the Phillips news at the start of this.
I don't know.
Panic.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So when the Eagles lose A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith in a week, the other guy becomes completely, ISO'd in terms of a defense's game plan, right? You're going to have the safety probably shift over and be in that area, like not necessarily double teaming him, but just making sure he doesn't beat them over the top or whatever. Now, when you bring Shaheed in for this offense, JSN was starting to get a little bit of that treatment, though it didn't matter on Sunday Night Football versus Washington. Shaheed could take the top off of you. Yeah. JSN, they can both go underneath. They can both go vertical. These are 2 guys that can play. They're not yin and yang. They're the same. They're the same role. I don't know how to. No,
you made a perfect example because AJ Brown didn't play last week, and who got the 50-yard go get me a ball? It was Jahan Dotson who had a 50-yard touchdown last week. So Shaheed could get those opportunities on the opposite side.
What's the package? Do you know was it a 4th and a 6th for Jacoby Myers?
For Shaheed,
I would think it would be similar, if not a little bit worse. Because Myers is like more of an accomplished receiver in the NFL. Like even a 4th and a 6th. Like
Shaheed,
I'm thinking about my Giants. Like
Chad, if you guys know and you want to beat us to a punch,
I'm be honest. I forgot we were live.
You forgot we were live.
Sitting here chatting ball. We just got the chat up. Oops.
Oopsies. But
woo.
Let's see. I'm gonna look this up.
Oh, hey, Steve. Sales Steve. The Jets are going to be so bad. They already are bad. They already are bad.
The compensation Seahawks are sending a 2026 4-5 for Rashid Shaheed. So more than
so it's deal. Better than I wonder, is he under team control?
Myers or Shaheed?
Shaheed.
Shaheed's a free agent at the end of the year.
Oh, they're both free agents at the end of the year.
I think Shaheed's better.
Yeah, I guess Myers is more accomplished. He has like the 1,000. I mean, you look at Shaheed's numbers, though. He's also been on a really bad team. He's been on a lot of bad teams. He's been struggling with injuries. He only played in 6 games last year.
But 2023 was a decent.
2023 was 46 catches, 75 targets, 15.6 yards per reception, 5 touchdowns, 700 yards.
That's how he can be used. And if we look over the last 3 weeks, I think he's number 4 or number 3 in the NFL in targets. Like the Saints offense was trying to get him the ball because he is a playmaker. I'm super curious to see how they use him in Seattle because I think, like you said, Penik perfectly, he can be used in different facets. He's not just a vertical threat. And I think people sometimes think he is because of how fast he is. Yeah. And just because you're a Blazer does not mean you're only a deep threat.
All right, I want to talk about the Cowboys.
Boy.
You own a podcast talking Cowboys, no?
I do.
Talking Cowboys, right? Go Birds!
There it is.
So let's talk about their day. First of all, I really like getting Logan Wilson. Their linebackers are awful. DeMarvion Overshown is the best linebacker that they have, and he is hurt. He is not healthy. He has season-ending injury. He has more season-ending injuries than years played in the NFL so far. But I do like him. But you just don't know what he's going to look like when he comes back. But I do think he is coming back soon. Kenneth Murray is one of the worst linebackers in the National Football League. He has been one of the worst linebackers in the National Football League. They brought him in on a free agent contract. Why? I don't know. It's one of those things of, is depth a bad thing? No, but sometimes having guys on the football field is more of a detriment than anything, regardless of if they're depth or not. Kenneth Murray is one of those players. They are an awful run defense. There's a trade. Oh, it was a trade for Kenneth Murray. Even worse. Somehow even worse if the Cowboys traded for Kenneth Murray instead of just signing him to a vet, somewhat of a vet minimum. But I really like Logan Wilson as a player. They're going to have an opportunity to extend him. I think they should extend him, regardless of what defensive coordinator is going to be there after Matt Eberflus this year, since he is going to be fired. But regardless, I don't understand the notion of trading away first-round picks for players to. What do you like? Is it about this year? Like, what is the mentality and what's the goal?
Can I make a guess?
Yeah,
Jerry Jones is not getting any younger. He's just not getting any younger, man. And I think, he's been the owner of the Dallas Cowboys for a long, long time. They haven't won it since 95, I believe.
Since the salary cap was implemented.
Right? So he wants to see a winner one last time. You have Dak Prescott. You have this offense that is explosive and elite. They are the first team in NFL history through 9 weeks to put up 30 points a game and still somehow be outscored. That's awful. That's awful, Justin Penik. And I think Jerry Jones is like, I want to see a winner, and I know this offense can win. This defense can't. And if we're going to try and win it, the Commanders right now, Jaden Daniels is out. The Giants are the Giants. Philly's good. Philly's going to win the NFC East, right? But then if you want to fight for a wild card spot, they're somehow still in it. They are somehow still in it with their record of, I think, 3-5-1.
Yeah.
They can go on a run somehow.
ESPN gives them an 18.9% chance to make the playoffs, and I think that was even before they lost last night. Their defense is awful,
historically bad.
Their defense is just so it's one of the worst defenses I've ever seen. So I don't understand what they think they're going to accomplish by adding Quinnen Williams. Okay, who's a good run stopper, Logan Wilson, and you can look at it as these players are good players that you can extend and that you can keep, and they're part of what we're doing here. But still, that secondary is awful. The linebacker depth that they have behind Logan Wilson is awful. They don't have pass rushers. They don't have guys that can get after it.
They should acquire a guy like Micah Parsons. I think that would be a really good fit. No one. All right.
And that would make everybody better.
It would make the whole entire team better.
I think Micah didn't want to play for the Cowboys. That was the reason. So
I wonder why.
Sure. I think the biggest issue with the Cowboys defense is really that secondary. I mean, Duron Blangy paid him after his historic 2023 where he had 19 pick sixes, it felt like.
He got cooked last night.
Yeah, that one route by Marvin Harrison, sheesh, that was disgusting. Did you guys see CeeDee Lamb's reaction after that?
When your teammates are on the bench going, "Oh, buddy," that's not a good time.
So, and you have Kyer Elam, former first-round pick from the Bills, who's kind of been a flop. Donovan Wilson is probably the best person on that back end, who's okay, but he shouldn't be your best player on the back end of a defense. So, yeah, Justin, are they going to go out and get a CB? Are they going to go get a guy like Cameron Britt Taylor from the Bengals? I don't know. I think you're
getting a corner from one defense. I will say Logan Wilson is a good linebacker.
Very good linebacker.
I guess he hasn't been we look at him earlier in his career and I think he was like, oh my God, this guy's awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't fully kept track of the Cincinnati Bengals defense especially over the course of this year after Joe Burrow goes down. But I mean, if you trade for Cam Taylor Britt, you're trading for a cornerback in also one of the worst defenses in the league. And now you're trading him to another defense that is just as awful, if not even a little bit worse.
Yeah, how funny is it that Logan Wilson went from the second from the worst defense in the league to the second worst defense in the league?
Logan Wilson is
30
years old.
Yeah, I think he was 22 and 3.
Oh, he was old when he was drafted. That's also the issue.
Do you know from where? Does it say?
Wyoming.
Yeah,
I knew that though.
You did.
A draft crush. One
crush.
of those linebacker draft crushes that you get every couple of years. Leo Chanel was another one.
Athlete, sure.
Jack Campbell, even though he was drafted in the first round, not really like a
Jahad Campbell.
Jahad Campbell. Who was on the Eagles? His father.
Trotter?
Yeah.
Junior? Yep.
Yeah, he was more
Jeremiah Trotter.
I loved Malcolm Rodriguez too
Clemson.
from
OK
Oklahoma
State. Yeah.
Loved Malcolm Rodriguez. So some of these linebackers over the years, you never forget your linebacker crushes that you have in the NFL draft. But I mean, if I'm Logan Wilson, I'm looking for a little bit more money, man, because he is a little bit of an underpaid player.
Okay.
So that may be another thing that the Cowboys have to deal with. Another thing.
Another one.
Let's get to the chat. Why not? Let's get to the chat.
We'll talk about some of the other trades. Oh, super chat.
What does it say? I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to
pull it up.
I'm going to put it on the screen as my screen updates.
Oh wow. No.
Should the Ravens make another move? Thank you for the super chat. Yes. No, you know what? No.
So you said both answers.
No,
I would probably pick one.
I've now thought of it. No. I do not want the Ravens to make a move.
So I'll ask you this: why not?
Deal with what you got this year. If you go on a second half push and you start to make a little bit of a run, just deal with. I am a big fan of dealing with what you have this year. I don't think they're going to make any move that is going to take them over the top at this point this year, especially with that defense. And that defense may even be turning it around to begin with.
Which I will say, they made a couple moves on the defensive side of the ball already with Alohi Gilman in the deal where they traded Odafe Way to the Chargers. And since they've made that trade, they've been one of the better defenses in football.
Yeah.
You get Draymond Jones, I believe it was this morning, not yesterday, from the Tennessee Titans, who was a good player. I believe with Denver, he was solid out of Ohio State. So you're getting a couple guys making some moves. I think it just comes down to, do you really think Lamar is 100% healthy and you're ready to go? Because when you have that guy at quarterback, you want to build, right? We mentioned it with the Colts. You finally have that guy at quarterback. You're winning games. You're going in. The Baltimore Ravens, they've been there. They've been around the big dance. Yeah. They haven't gotten to that dance yet. That defense, if you make one more move, right? There is a world. There is a world, but I don't know what I would do. That's what's holding me back from saying yes. I don't know if there's a specific player I'd be like, he goes to the Ravens. I feel great about that.
That's where I'm at because I just don't know. It's the same speed bump they're trying to get over on repeat.
I mean, would it be? I mean, it would be an edge rusher. I mean, Bradley Chubb,
Jermaine Johnson.
I feel like Johnson. Yeah, I feel like Johnson fits with what they would want to do. Stronger guy, can set a good edge for you. Little versatile, right? But I mean, the going rate for Jermaine Johnson's a second round pick right now.
Which I kind of understand. He's another one. He was one of my draft crushes.
And really the Ravens. So what's the Ravens' record? 3-5.
Ravens are
2-5.
3-5, I believe. Why is my phone? It's 3-5.
3-5. Yes. So, especially if Jermaine Johnson's going to hit free agency, like let's say nobody blinks, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody blinks, and it comes to 4 p.m. Are the Jets going to re-sign him when he wasn't drafted by this regime? Are they going to give him big money? So
right. You could ask that about a lot of these Jets players too.
And then how often do we say in the NFL, especially when teams make trades, okay, this guy is going to be an impending free agent. Why are you simply trading for this guy when he's going to be an impending free agent just for the right to negotiate with him first? When that doesn't typically, if you're going to just wait till wait till he hits the open market, especially when the Ravens are 3-5 and they're not if they were 5-3. Different story. They need an edge rusher.
But
right?
You know what? I told you, what was it, a couple of weeks ago? They could be like the 2024 Bengals. And when I say that, it's a team that starts off really slow. And then that back half of the schedule, they just win. And they just win. And they just win. And you know why I say that, Justin Penik?
Because all you do is win, 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 no matter what.
Great song.
You got money on your mind.
No, but their schedule is a very winnable schedule.
The Jets can't hold Brees.
No, they shouldn't.
Now that I'm letting him walk for nothing after trading everything else would just be
so
silly.
I have a good segue for this real quick. Brees Hall, what they could do is you hold on to him and get a comp pick. And my segue is, I think sometimes we forget what comp picks are. A comp pick, you don't get it for the 2026 draft. You would get it after the year they walk in 2027. And it also depends on how much money they get. And B, do you make another big move in free agency?
Because the Jets are going to make moves.
You would think,
well,
and it's also
all those picks.
but it's also a running back. So you're assuming he's not going to get a lot of money. So you wouldn't get a
for
third
Kyler and spend all the draft stock on linemen.
Kyler's
Fill the
interesting.
trenches on both sides.
I did a quick merry-go-round with topics. The one thing I wanted to finish off with the Ravens real quick. The remaining schedule for this year. Minnesota, winnable game. Cleveland, should win. Jets, should win. Bengals, should win. Pittsburgh, beatable. They could win that game, and that's a great rivalry. Cincy, they can win. New England, that's a tough one. Green Bay, that's a tough one. At Pittsburgh, winnable. So right there, of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games, there's 6 to 7 games that are winnable, and that puts them in a spot of being one of those wildcard teams. Some news, Justin Penik?
Ricky, Jets have another big trade incoming.
Okay. I love that we use Ricky as a source.
Well, he's right.
He is right a lot.
He's right, man.
So let's play a game. And this is for chat, too. Can we do a poll?
Yes, we can do
Who's the most likely Jet? Who's the next player for the Jets to trade? And I think it's
fourth.
I think it's 3 options: Brees, Garrett Wilson, Jermaine. I don't think it's Quincy.
I don't think they'll get rid of Garrett Wilson.
I don't think so either.
Because he's got 1 year left or 2 years left.
Who's that?
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett's got 2.
2 years left.
And
yeah, see, and that's the guy that
one of those might be the 5th year option.
He's a weapon for whatever quarterback you bring in. He's going to sell jerseys still. You got to have somebody.
The poll has been posted.
The poll's been posted.
Hello.
Hey, Rob.
The Seahawks.
Colts.
You know what? So Rob Sirocco is a Jets fan.
Keyword being was.
Well, that's chat.
Rob Sirocco was a Jets fan, and he is asking us. He wants.
Who should Rob be a fan of?
Who should Rob Sirocco be a fan of? And what team did I say? I said the Bears because they're kind of excited.
You said,
right
"quote." Do you like Bears?
Do you like Bears? But
Crazy
Rob,
question.
I mean, you said the Seahawks, which is a great answer because they are, dude.
They're so fun.
Their defense is kick ass. Mike McDonald is such a good head
incredible
coach.
retros too.
Yeah, Sunday Night Football. They looked awesome.
But Rob also said he doesn't like birds.
Oh yeah, that's true. He doesn't like birds, which is
So
that's the least American thing I've ever heard.
He's out on the Seahawks. Steve said Quincy Williams is his guess.
Birds are so
Quincy's
American.
interesting. I don't know if they do that. Maybe they trade one with him and Sherwood. That's it.
If you trade one of the brothers, the other brother also
The
has to
brothers. The brothers.
I
I'm
didn't
watching
even-
a Mario movie tonight.
I didn't even think about it like that.
Do you think Quincy and Quentin Williams are close? That was never something that was really reported.
Do you think that the New York Giants and San Francisco? I'm not going to do this.
Can you talk about my New York Giants?
Who's going to sign Munataka Murakami?
You want to talk about the? We can talk about the Giants, but first, I do want to talk about the Birds.
Let's talk about the Birds.
Go Birds!
Shelf, I am going to give you the floor.
You're going to give me the floor.
LaFleur.
I'm giving you Matt LaFleur. Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations. Well, thank you. I think it was obvious that the Eagles were going to get an edge or some sort of pass rush added to the team. They're a contender that has their obvious holes. They're not getting any pressure on the quarterback this season. Cornerback 2 has been a gaping hole this year. Adoree Jack and Keely Ringo.
Yeah.
And the interior of the offensive line, too, doesn't get any discussion either. Cam Jurgens hasn't been as good as he was last year. Tyler Steen in his first year as a starter. Landon Dickerson hasn't been healthy for a second this year. So they have some holes. They have some issues. And, Howie, we talked about it. Swings big, man. He goes big.
Give him credit.
I'll say, you got to give him credit. This guy, Phillips, has the energy that I like, too. He's not just a good player.
Yeah.
He's the energy that I like. The last time he played in Philadelphia, he had a sack towards the end of the game, and he got up doing the bird in front of the fans and yelling at the fans and stuff. I love those kind of guys. So we'll see exactly how he fits in. I know we got Nolan Smith coming back. Apparently Brandon Graham. I don't know what that's going to look like.
Crazy he came back.
Just a wild bye week, I should say. They add 3 guys. Who was it? They also got Michael Carter at DB.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot. They're going to look like a completely different team out of the bye.
Can I tell you, Jalen Phillips? It's funny enough. Going into the deadline, I didn't know that Sauce was going to be available. Whatever. That was like the guy I wanted for Indy. Like Jalen Phillips, his quick story, his quick background. If anyone doesn't know, former number 1 like a prospect coming out of high school, and like UCLA got him, gets hurt, transfers, go to Miami, gets hurt. Then he has a great year at Miami. Becomes a first-round pick again because he's the talent. First 3 years, he gets 6.5 sacks or more, so he's looking great. Last couple seasons, injury based. He is a very, very talented player. Can he stay healthy? And
I was going to say when Fangio was last year with Miami, I believe
that's what I was about to say.
Phillips had 6.5 sacks in 8 games in that defense.
I love seeing moves that are made when there's a coach connection.
Yeah.
Right. I mentioned it for Shaheed.
Makes me feel good. Like there was go get him.
Right.
Like,
it's a vote of confidence. If you will. It's like, hey, we really like this player. Go get him.
Yep.
And why all these moves make sense for the Eagles to do.
Now, why would they do this? Insert Windhorst meme.
If you look at one of my favorite things to do at the end of every NFL draft is to look at the transaction list of what the Philadelphia Eagles do. And they move down 4 spots. They move down another 2. And they do a pick swap of 4th round picks, but they also acquire a 6th round pick for next year. And it's a list that you can't comprehend when you see how many moves they make. It's having such an understanding of your board, who you want, where these guys are going to go, where you think you can get them, not just being satisfied. It's even forget the 1st round. Right? Forget.
Yes.
I have the 24th pick, but I think this guy isn't going to go to pick 27. Forget that. And then you can get like an extra 2nd or a 3rd round pick because everybody talks about trading back in the 1st round. But trading back on day 2, trading back on day 3, and gathering these extra picks. I want to see what they before
any like compensation.
Today.
Before you even add any compensatory picks or anything into the mix, they still have 4 or 5 picks for next year. Then they have 3 more comp picks coming for next year. They have the Phillips doesn't sign. They'll have another comp pick down the road.
Listen to this.
There's always something attached.
3 3rd round picks, 2 4th round picks, 3 5th round picks, 1 6th round pick. That's what they have next year. And they have their 1st and 2nd round.
And they have their 1st and 2nd. And that's all extra picks.
So with Jalen Phillips, the assumption is if you let him walk, if you don't sign him to a long-term deal, you'll probably get a 4th round comp pick in 2027.
Yep.
So you're getting him to contribute in 2025. You're giving a 2026 3rd, but then you get back a 2027 4th, basically.
Yep. And you're rolling the dice here with a legitimate shot at a Super Bowl too.
And it comes down to the point where, all right, you have all these 3rd round picks, you have all these 4th round picks, 5th round picks. You're seeing in the NFL that during trade deadline, like you can get like a decent wide receiver just giving a couple fucking day 3 picks up.
Yeah.
You can get Jacoby Myers, who's a former 1,000-yard receiver. If you just a 4th and extra 6th round pick, and sometimes you can even just do a pick swap.
Yeah.
And Howie Roseman,
for Jair Alexander, just do a pick swap, 6 and 7. We'll throw a Jair Alexander tryout out there.
What?
A what?
What rounds?
What was it? It was 6 and 7. 6.
Sorry.
My bad.
That's
Connor's so upset with us right now. He's so upset.
Sorry.
So when you have 11, they have 11 picks. 11 picks. And this is as of, I think this, my NFL mock draft database site doesn't update maybe until tomorrow. So when you have 11 picks and that's just what you have, who cares about, if I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 day 3 picks, who gives a shit if I trade 1 or 2 of them? For
Tank
Bigsby. It's harder
for a starting player.
That one's a little that deal's a little shaky. I will say it's harder for teams when you're rebuilding to take advantage of the comp system. It's for more teams like the Eagles and the Ravens. And I'm using those 2 teams because they've been very good at it over the last decade using it. For good teams to take advantage of it and use it properly, don't extend guys, and they're good to develop.
Guys.
You got to draft. It's funny enough. That's why I mentioned the Ravens and Eagles, because if you draft well, you could take advantage of the comp picks because you some guys leave for bigger money, and then you're able to develop talent. And they year 2, year 3, and they're better and better.
But you could still take advantage of. All right, well, in the 4th round, 3rd round, if I want to move back 3 picks and get an extra 6th, that's something that you can control, even if your roster's bad and not sitting there. I'm picking 131 and I really like this guy. I really want this guy. You know what? Use your brain, use your sources, look at the team's needs around you, and maybe you can move back 3 spots and coop an extra day 3 pick. It's just the little shit that they seemingly do it right.
And to your point, that drafting well is what sets you up for this. The Eagles' first 3 round picks going back to 2021, Devontae Smith, Landon Dickerson, Milton Williams,
Sure.
Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, Nakobe Dean, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Tyler Steen, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Jalen Hunts, Jahad Campbell, and then Andrew Makuba.
I'm so happy that Alex Hunt's a good player because I really liked him because he was so athletic.
He had a good
coming out of
Super Bowl
college.
for us.
And I think he had like a big defense play over one of the last couple of weeks where he might have scored a touchdown. Yeah. Was it versus you guys? No, right?
No.
Okay, good. Because I didn't want accidental shade. But that you just proved the point perfectly.
It's insane. This is what gives you this many guys on rookie deals, gives you so much flexibility as a team.
And shout out Howie and company. And I always say company because it's not just one guy who does this, because you have so many scouts in the building.
Shout out Jalen Reagor.
They're so amazing.
Jalen Reagor
Shout out the
set
Eagles.
this snowball in motion. We're drafting best available forever now. Since then.
I will say we are under the hour to go mark. We're at 3:07, 53 minutes until the official deadline ends, where we're going to get those tweets saying pencils down. Are we going to get?
I hate media cliches.
Like, I mean, we're part of the media. Maybe not.
I hate media cliches.
You hate us.
Pencils down. All right, you fuckers.
Crazy. Oh, the poll ended. Wow, Rob, the poll. Next team he gets through for? Anyone but the Jets. Very good.
Eagles in second place.
Eagles
He doesn't like birds.
He should. I'm telling him, he already likes green. How do you dislike a bald eagle? You can hate the Philadelphia sports scene as much as you want. Disliking the bald eagle is anti-American. It's one of the coolest animals on earth.
Can I just say, I'm reading the chat, a couple fun conversations being had.
Please bring them up.
About running backs. If it's not Breece Hall, Pollard to the Pats, or Panthers should trade Chuba.
Oh, yeah, Pollard. Get Pollard out of
Interesting.
Tennessee, please.
You have Spears?
Yeah, give me them Spears starts, baby. You too? Let's go.
And we're starting to see Spears get used a little bit more over Pollard.
I like that guy.
A little extra juice. I don't know. I will say, I thought of what you got?
I just need it updated. We're not getting.
Oh, yeah, it's on the bot. Yeah. Word by word. Breece, man, I'm trying to find a fun spot for him. Like the Chiefs.
The Patriots would be the funnest, but are you going to do it something in division?
Nah, probably not. Chiefs is an option.
The Chiefs would be the most realistic fun spot.
But
I don't think the Chiefs would do that.
I have a boring one.
Give me a boring one.
The Texans.
I thought about it
because that run game has been.
I thought
awful.
about it.
Woody Marks, a wash Nick Chubb, which I hate to say.
Oh no, not anymore.
No, not anymore. Yeah, not anymore.
Jets tied to Houston.
Let's think.
Somebody said the Commanders aren't doing anything. I actually do want to talk about the Commanders. What do you think about?
Bad.
That stinks. Yeah,
they're in an interesting spot as a roster. Thank you for bringing them up, Matthew.
Old.
Did you just say I don't want to talk about them? By the way, they have a really interesting roster.
No, I said thank you for bringing them up, Matthew. I still like where they're going, and I like the direction they're going, and I liked their offseason, I liked their draft, blah, 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 blah. But
okay,
I think this is the downside. As we complimented it last year when it worked. We complimented they kind of did this rebuild thing a little backwards of they brought in all these veterans and they brought in some of these older guys and, kind of the C word culture. And I hate that word, but it's a buzzword in the NFL. They brought in
buzzwords.
They brought in these culture guys and it worked for them last year. It worked. They also had a rookie quarterback who was playing out of his mind, which is probably the lead catalyst and the lead charge of that. Right. But they have an old roster. And now that they're kind of like, and it feels like they're stuck in no man's land with that roster.
Can I tell you? I think I'm going to give you a fun team or fun deal that the Commanders could do. Deebo Samuel, you acquire him this offseason, right? Yeah. If you're going to sell, which I don't know if you're going to.
Trade him to
please don't do that to me.
Right idea, wrong team. You trade Deebo away from the Commanders.
Denver.
Send him to Buffalo.
Philly. I like Buffalo.
He's Curtis Samuel, but stronger and bigger.
So Buffalo, you can use him. You can use him in the running game, which Buffalo's ground game has been one of the best in football this year. You can use him in the short yardage situations. Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, who I thought was going to be a good second-year player, has struggled.
Didn't he
Matthew said
early?
Matthew said
what's that?
Patriots
Did
too.
he get popped early in
Pats
the
make a
season?
lot of sense. Pats makes a lot of sense too, because they were
He got hit
interested in
hard early.
acquiring him this offseason,
Yeah.
but the Commanders beat him out for the price. So Matthew, appreciate that. It's a very good point. The Bills, I think it's a fun one because they're a competitive team. So are the Patriots, obviously, winning the AFC East. I just think they can use him in a unique way with Josh
Good
Allen.
blocker too.
Good
He
blocker.
can block
Ooh,
down the field.
Ravens. What about him?
Nah, Ravens don't need that.
He just goes from
You guys
Washington,
don't like Baltimore.
Maryland. I like
You guys
Baltimore.
are out on Baltimore.
I have
I've gone full 180 by the way. Like I've wanted Lamar.
Can't do this.
No, but listen, can you let me finish? I've wanted Lamar Jackson to like he needs this alpha number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah.
And I've changed course on that. I don't think he needs it. I think Lamar is the system.
So you're saying he can perform with non-number 1 guys?
Like I've bet I'm like, oh my god, what do the Ravens got to do to find a real number 1 wide receiver? I don't think he needs it.
That's fair. I mean, Zay Flowers is good, but he's not a number 1. I wish D-Hop was.
He's old.
What's that?
He's old.
I wish he was good.
He's unk.
Dude, I wish he was good.
D-Hop is
And
unk.
be careful.
now,
You're
man.
approaching Unk.
Me?
Me.
Him. He's getting closer to Unk. Dude,
I've got
you're
gray.
doing a good job of keeping yourself out of Unk status. He's embracing the Unk
Is it
status.
because I
The
shaved and I
beard
look
came
younger again?
in. Yes.
I'm
Thank
getting
you.
gray on my
Ever
left
since
side.
He grew the beard out.
Wait, we're not getting past this chat. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to ask this. What do you mean you're getting gray on your left
I
side?
mean, if you look at my hair, I have gray on the left side of my
I think
of
that
my
might
hair?
just be the LED light.
Are we
and
sure it's not
and
the light?
right. No, I look at myself in the mirror
I think that's the LED
all the
lights.
time.
I
Now,
haven't.
me, I think I got a couple silverbacks coming in here somewhere.
I have a fun fit for the Ravens because you brought them back up. I would like, because this is a name we haven't mentioned from Miami yet, Bradley Chubb, veteran
Yeah.
edge rusher. He fits Baltimore, and they've made a couple of trades in recent years. I know Chris Greer is out now. That's the inner coach in me talking, getting the hands. It's either that or saying okay or right. And I'm derailing myself. Bradley Chubb for like a 4th round pick or a 5th round pick for that defense. Hello, that would be awesome.
Hello.
I think that fits perfectly in
I think
Baltimore's
he would go
defensive plans.
somewhere. Even they got another old guy. Who's the
Old
other old guy?
Zach Sealer.
No, I'm talking edge rusher for the Miami.
Zach
Did
Sealer.
they bring in Matthew Judon?
They did bring in Matthew Judon.
I feel like Chubb's got a little bit more left to give.
In terms of being traded.
Yeah.
Like you think there's more value to
Yeah, like there's a little
Bradley
bit more
Chubb.
value for Bradley Chubb.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with that. I don't know what you'd get from Matt
You guys
Judon.
want to go get him too? Why did they trade for both of them? Why not?
Shelf.
Good question.
I mean, well, if it took an extra 4th or a 5th round pick to just throw in there, why didn't Howie do that?
Because he's probably got plans for it.
What's he doing?
Wow.
He's waiting for
Jermaine Johnson.
the Azeez Ojulari breakout.
No.
There's going to be another Jets trade. So
At
I
least
know,
one.
you know who the
I believe
unnamed
Ricky.
Eagle is? It's going to have a great postseason. It's a Jomo. He's
Whoa,
having
really?
a sneaky good season right now.
Yeah, because
He's
That's
the
cool.
one guy nobody talks about.
I'm not
and
shocked by
he's
that.
going to be our Milton Williams this year.
I'm not shocked by that. It's coming.
You're not, because I've been talking about him since July.
You have.
And everyone told me Milton Williams is such a big loss. You're right, but we have this guy.
Bounce. Justin Penik.
Yeah.
We have this guy.
One of the Dallas reporters put the Micah Parsons deal and the Quinn Williams deal together and put like what the Cowboys got versus
what's
what they've
the
lost.
net loss here?
So, Cowboys have received Quinn Williams, Logan Wilson, Kenny Clark, and a 2026 first. They lost Micah Parsons, Mozzie Smith, 2026 second, 2027 first, 2026 seventh.
I need to see that laid out. Can you DM me that tweet so I can put it on the screen?
$5, it's yours.
$5, it's yours.
Nope.
Okay.
See how things work
Nope,
at Jomboy
I'm done.
Media?
I want to take a little bit of a break because
There's
I wanna,
no commercials.
while you send me that tweet and then I put it up on the screen. I just want to say, please like this stream. We're
Okay.
having a lot of fun. We're going to be live for a little bit longer. I'm going to go live on Talking Giants after this as well, and also subscribe to the channel if you're not, because we are getting very close to
1 million.
50,000 subscribers, and then after that, we will be close to 1 million.
That's shout out producer Jeff. I say that's in like every trade video.
All right, so I'm putting this on the screen because I need to see this. Like, I can't. And you slacked it to me. I wanted you to DM it to me. Now I have to open up Slack. on my
You said
computer.
DM. You said DM. I didn't know if that meant Slack DM because, like, you know, sliding in the DMs that way. I didn't know if you meant X. I don't know.
All right, I got it.
Jeff, you want to show me something?
Hold on.
Show me something?
At this moment, interest remains cool. What does that mean?
Not
this
interested.
is Josina. I don't care about Josina.
Whoa.
What does interest remain cool mean, Josina Anderson? Everybody's cool on the NFL. Everybody's cool with
Is there a recommendation for food in Madison Square Garden?
5 Shake Shack.
What's that? Okay. They got spicy option?
Mm.
That means they probably got the plastic ranch. I like the little plastic ranch.
All right, here we go.
Are you pulling up the tweet?
Dallas Cowboys defensive trade moves, things. That's funny. Since dealing Micah Parsons. I'm not going to read it since Dalton Feely already read it out loud.
Oh.
So we're receiving Quinn Williams, Kenny Clark, Logan Wilson on 2026 first.
Brian, thanks for liking the stream and appreciate the power rankings compliment.
Okay,
You're the man.
This is more of a philosophical question. This is like the NFL, lifer in me. Like I love the idea of just trading draft picks than necessarily just trading for players, because everyone loves the draft, and it's always the sign of a really good team of if you can, oh wow, look at how many draft picks they have. They're really going to improve their team versus Quinn Williams, Kenny Clark, and Logan Wilson, who are just solid players. You already kind of know what you're getting.
It's like
what's your philosophy on that?
Well, it's like the Family Guy meme, and if you haven't seen Family Guy, you don't get this. I'm very sorry.
This is going.
You love where this is going?
Yep.
It's you can get a boat or you can get the mystery box. And Peter's like, no, the mystery box should be anything. It could even be a boat. Point being said, if you have a good player, he's a good player. You don't know in the draft what you're going to get. Depends on the situation. Like the Jets totally understand where they're coming from. Like they are completely revamping and rebuilding. So getting these first and second, sure. You're completely retooling this entire franchise. Other teams where like Baltimore has taken advantage of getting veteran guys. Like Calais Campbell a couple years ago, I believe, was traded to Baltimore for like a 6th-round pick, something crazy. I'm like, what are we doing? Like I know he was older, but he's still contributing at like 99 years old for Arizona. It's amazing. So long story being short, if you're retooling a little bit, acquire these picks. If you are in a contending spot, go get your players. These day 3 picks don't mean nearly as
they're
much.
not contending. And this isn't even just day 2 and day 3 picks. Like they lost next year's first. Okay, I'm glad they acquired a 2026 first. That'll be for the Packers. The Micah Parsons trade is still what bugs me about all this.
You have to understand though, and you do. He did not want to play there. He was not going to play there. You have to get.
Where is this coming from?
Micah Parsons? This was like the whole report. Like he did not want to play in Dallas. He was done with Dallas.
Yeah, because they kept dicking him around the whole offseason.
What do they keep doing to him?
They were dicking him around.
No, I didn't want you to repeat.
They were what?
Oh my gosh.
Jerry Jones chose to. I'm gonna say I'm foregoing your agent. Your agent doesn't matter in this.
And he did what?
They were dicking him around. That's what they were doing. So no matter. No shit, Sherlock. I don't want to play here.
One time's an accident. 3 times is insane.
Hey, you kept egging me on.
Yeah, they say shaking more than once you're playing with it. That's exactly
you kept egging me on. Like I look at this and I say this is bad for the Cowboys. I look at this and I say this is bad for the Cowboys because you lose Micah Parsons and one of those first round picks that you got for him, you gave away. Is Quinn Williams and
it's just not good. They're not a good organization.
How many games are left? 8?
Not too many.
How many games are left?
In my opinion, one too many. But
8 or 7 for them.
Cowboys?
Yes.
5-1. So 8. They have the bye this week.
Quinn Williams is Quinn Williams is an all-pro caliber player.
He is an all-pro caliber player.
3 times,
but
CJ.
But they have other
CJ, you're giving yourself some runway.
But they have issues. And if these 3 players come in and make them even an average defense, then maybe I'll change my tune. And maybe Matt Eberflus is just that bad. But also you're just investing in just the hope that it'll get better.
Massive super chat, Penik. Why don't you read that one?
Murphy, thanks, man. Can't
Thank you,
wait to
Murphy.
see this road reach 5 million subscribers. Love the content. Hate the Cowboys. Who dat?
Who dat?
Heck yeah.
Who dat
dude.
nation?
I love my Bengals. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
No. Wait. Who dat Saints, right?
Oh,
Who dat?
Who day
who
is the
dat?
Bengals?
Who day's the Bengals?
sorry, it all blends in.
Yes.
No.
There's also two.
Appreciate you, Murphy. Thank you. Boo.
So am I off-
good.
am I
I'm
off
happy
base?
You're getting shit about that, by the way.
Am I
Good.
off base?
Refund.
Am I off base in my thoughts about the Dallas Cowboys?
No.
No, I just think the Cowboys are playing by their own rules because Jerry Jones is 99 years old and
And they
wants
don't
to
get
see
enough
them win.
shit for it, in my opinion. They
They're-
get a
they're the
lot for it,
Yankees.
but it's still not enough.
They're the Yankees.
They're the Yankees, except the Yankees are at least like a competent threat in the playoffs.
They
every year.
refuse to accept. They refuse to accept where they are and what they need to do. As a
That you're
as an
100% right. And
organization.
that I think goes back to Jerry Jones just not getting any younger. It's just pedal to the metal at all times. Sometimes you got to, it's one step back, two steps forward. I don't think the Cowboys are ever really capable of doing that.
Wait, what
I'm
are we
not
showing?
talking Yankees anymore. I'm cutting that out.
I was
Cut it
talking.
out.
I was talking Cowboys.
Wait,
We
New
should do.
podcast.
Have we thought about doing a podcast called Talking Baseball?
wait. What are we shaking?
You're out. I'm going to go back a little bit. Miami, we've mentioned another big name that we haven't talked about yet. Jaylen Waddle. I don't think he gets traded, but
Yeah, he's not
Pretty
going to.
Ricky mentions Denver.
interesting because there was some infatuation with him in with George Payton in
Hello, George Patton.
Payton.
Quentin
Sean
Patton.
Payton?
It's spelled Paton. Is it Patton or Payton?
Are you talking about Sean Payton?
Their general manager, George.
You know what, new
John
trivia video
Jacob
idea
Jingleheimer
showing
Schmidt.
showing pictures of NFL GMs and NFL owners.
Oh, I'd crush.
All right, well then you're hosting it.
Oh. Jaylen Waddle, I would like to see him get traded. I don't think he's getting moved. I think that's like the one guy Miami's going to hold on to.
It's George Patton. Wow, I was right. I wasn't mentioning the general before. I was mentioning
Well, it's
Who's
spelled
George
Paton, right?
Paton. Yes.
Yeah.
Who's George Patton?
Broncos GM.
Oh, okay.
He thought,
as you guys know, coaches and GMs.
you're out. Right.
I'm out.
I
I'm
was
out.
debating his name because it's Sean Payton and George. I don't know if it was George Payton himself or George Patton. I couldn't pronounce it. Also, you know how I am with names.
No, I feel that. The only Patton I know is Quentin Patton, who went to the old Louisiana Tech University. He used to dominate NCAA 12 back in the day.
Hey now. Payton, thank you. Denver would be interesting because then it's him and Sutton. That's a nice duo. Wondering
It's
if
an awesome duo.
wondering what they do with Troy Franklin at that point in terms of is he going to play slot? Are they going to Waddle to the slot?
I mean, Waddle can do anything. Waddle could go inside, outside. Waddle can literally do anything.
There was a report that the Dolphins were looking for a first, and that's what you do, right? You pump that to the media
Yeah.
and get the talks going.
Especially seeing the prices on these other trades. That are
I'm
been made
sorry.
today.
No way. Like, he's a good player. He is someone who can't stay on the field. Like, when I talked about Jalen Phillips earlier, like, we've seen the results, and there's been a couple injuries recently. Like, I feel like
Hasn't Sauce struggled with some injuries?
Jalen-
last couple years.
Jalen Waddle, like, this is an eye test thing. I feel like every time I turn on the Dolphins, he's going to the Blue Medical tent. And I don't know if I'd feel comfortable trading a first for him. Great
That's
player.
the thing at
good
Bama
player.
too.
I wouldn't give it first. I don't know if I'd give it a second. So I think he's going to stay.
I think the going rate with these trades today, you would. All right, now we're like if Jermaine Johnson's going for a second.
But if we saw the deal by Jacksonville to get Jacoby Myers and the Raheem Shaheed deal, I think it's closer to that than a 1, in
Oh,
my opinion.
if
Wow.
you're if Jacoby Myers is going for a fourth round pick, and a 6th round pick, Jaylen Waddle's at least going for a 2nd round pick.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree.
I view
Second.
Waddle. I view Waddle if it wasn't for the presence of Tyreek Hill. I view Waddle as a wide receiver 1 in the NFL.
Okay. So you think he is a 1, legitimate 1?
I think he's a 1.
I think he's close to a 1 when he's on the field.
We have breaking news from me and Rappaport. Or is Biggie Biggs 47 lying to me?
No, we do. It's Treylon Burks is going to the 53-man roster for the Commanders. They get another receiver.
Is that it? That's
The AJ Brown replacement.
As of right now, yeah.
all right.
Thoughts on that?
All right.
We have 35 minutes until the deadline's over and we can drop our pencils. I want you to talk for the next 35 minutes about Treylon Burks. Go.
Well,
he came into the NFL with too much pressure on his plate because of the trade that happened.
nope.
What trade?
He did not. He came into the NFL where Treylon Burks actually taught me one of my biggest draft lessons ever. If there is a guy that is so athletically gifted and freaky, like he was at the University of Arkansas, right? And all he does is run go balls and screens. That means he doesn't know the playbook. That's what that means. He does not know the playbook. He did not pay attention. He did not want to learn the playbook. And that was a huge part of, I feel like, his work ethic and who he is as a football player, a collective football player.
There's a whole indictment on Burks right now.
Yes, he didn't know the playbook. He didn't know the playbook.
I respect that call out. That's never good.
He's right, though.
That's not.
And
good.
that was my little worry. It was a back of brain worry with Luther Burden, but they had way worse QB play, and I don't think coaching was very good at Mizzou. But that was like similar, like with Luther Burden, it was giving me Treylon Burks vibes because all that he was doing was just running screens and then go balls. Sometimes not even running deep. But I really like Luther Burden, so that's why it's different.
Producer Jeff just slacked me a tweet. Fun
that
one.
guy?
That guy, the one who's standing right here. Yeah. There have been 6 trades today, tied for the third most on any trade deadline going back to 1990.
Wow.
It's
Shout out
been,
to the NFL. It's a shame the Super Bowl winning move was made yesterday.
It's also been active in 2022 and 2024. So we're seeing this common trend of more general managers being active at the deadline, trying to improve their team right now. And for other teams, it's time to rebuild. So gotta love it. We got a super chat from Aiden. Seahawks kill LADBs. What will it take for Denzel Ward? Penik, you want to kick us off?
What will it take for Denzel Ward? What's the contract like? Fourth round, third round, fourth round.
Denzel's a great player.
I know.
I'm looking up his contract right now because I'm
going to beat you to it.
You can beat me to it. Denzel Ward. Now, mind you, he's 28 years old.
Oh, it's well, yeah. If you're on the Browns, so you have a bad contract.
But also that he's 28. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler, so he's for sure like good player. But I don't know how much I'd want to give up for a cornerback who's been in the league for about 8 years now. Yeah,
and we have a cap hit of 10%, 9.5%, and we can't move unless you extend him. You can't move. You can't move that money around. They also just traded a corner a couple weeks ago. You don't like Birds. Rob Srocco back in checking with
Eagles,
this team.
But you can't cheer for Birds, which is very un-American.
Seahawks, you don't.
Out on Birds. They're Birds.
Seahawks.
That's crazy.
Rob Srocco is now rooting for the Seahawks. He just decided. Who was that other corner that they traded a couple weeks ago that I made a short on?
Greg Newsome.
Well? Greg Newsome, and they traded for the other corner from the Jaguars.
What's
Tyson
Patrick
Campbell.
Peterson doing nowadays?
And Tyson Campbell is having a solid start to his career with the Cleveland Browns. I haven't checked in on Tyson Campbell in about 2 weeks, but he was top 10 in the NFL in passes defensed. So I don't know. I think the Browns are done making moves.
Would have been awesome if they traded Myles Garrett to my Colts. It's okay, though. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do anything else. I will say it's so funny that they trade Joe Flacco and he becomes a baller in Cincinnati. You make that trade.
Does.
You make that trade in division.
Joe Flacco next year will be bad again.
Yeah, that's what he does.
That's Blue Hen. You never know.
Where's he from?
Pittsburgh.
No.
He played at Pitt.
No.
Sorta. He left because he actually wasn't playing.
Where else did he go?
Delaware.
There it is. If you're playing JM Football Bingo, you can now mark off that space. Shelfy saying either E/Delaware.
Yep. Did you see Ben Solak's NFL trade deadline bingo card?
I did. I didn't look into it, but I knew he put it up.
I'm going to share it.
We should create one of these for a JM Football video.
You know what's funny? Well, Sean Morash and I on Talking Giants this past Sunday, we did create the depressing bad Giants game bingo board. And I have to, I actually have it. I have it at home. I'm thinking we may update it at certain points throughout the year since the team's going to be so bad. I haven't even talked about my Giants yet.
Hey, I want to answer this question for Aiden real quick, and then we can move on.
The bingo board.
Maybe a 3rd round pick for Denzel. good player.
That contract is bad.
That contract isn't great, but he's a good player. He's a guy who's always been a lockdown guy, and he gets you a couple picks. Like, he's never been a ball hawk, but he's been so good in coverage.
Yeah, I mean, is there an NFL team that can take on, he doesn't have a bad cap hit number. Next year, that cap number goes up to $32.9 million. Is that something that you want to take on for a cornerback in his age 29 season? And all these teams like this, the Saints, if you're trading for one of those guys that has a big contract, like, you're going to have to deal with it. The Browns, you're going to have to deal with it because this is how these teams have just kind of operated. They operate like they're win now, but they're not. So I really want to. Is the Wi-Fi really bad in this office today? Because I'm getting that sense that the Wi-Fi is really bad.
While you're talking about the Wi-Fi, hello. Comment asked, does Trey Hendrickson get traded, or does he become part of the top prize of free agency? I don't think he gets traded. I really don't. I thought going into the day he might, and the Bengals would lower their price for Trey Hendrickson, but after seeing the Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams deals, they're going to want a first still. I don't think they're going to budge off of that, and I don't think anyone's going to give a 1/1 more.
All right, so I've Ben Solak's bingo board, trade deadline bingo card uploaded.
What do we got?
He is going to hit bingo if we get a player for a player swap.
Oh, that could happen.
Raiders deal a few players away. A few has not happened. An almost blockbuster falls through. I think that may hit after the deadline when we hear an almost deal. You see that random account talk about how Myles Garrett was going to go to the Eagles that I don't believe? Yeah, right.
Listen,
random account.
I was walking around here saying that for weeks.
A running back gets traded. That hasn't happened yet,
which is shocking.
Trey Hendrickson is dealt. Bills trade for a defender. Salary restructure to facilitate a trade. Oh, that would be a Denzel Ward vehicle. Any Chiefs trade, basically another free square. Again, Chiefs haven't made a trade, huh? A conditional 7th round pick is included in a deal. And there's obviously I'm surprised Patriots haven't gotten anybody. Like, the Patriots really need a wide receiver. But maybe they don't. Maybe the Patriots don't need a wide receiver. Maybe Pop Douglas is just him. Maybe Pop Douglas is just him, just like we all thought.
Yeah, actually, I think he's a decent wide receiver. He's just not like a 1.
Hey, he's a slot.
I mean, 1 as in taking the target.
He's your JSN last year.
No,
JSN.
Maybe not. Maybe that's reaching.
That's reaching.
Now that's a 1.
He's better than Wan'Dale Robinson last year.
Wan'Dale, 93 catches last year or something like that?
And 400 yards, yes. 93 catches for 400 yards. That's what he did last year. Do not check if I'm right or not.
That's Giants offense right there. Wrapping up another receiver conversation we have in the Jets, we talked about Garrett Wilson. Connor Hughes, known Jets reporter, quote, spoke to a team that called the Jets recently about Garrett Wilson. With Sauce Gardner dealt, felt like NFL, anyone could be had. Not the case with Wilson. Conversations did not progress. He's untouchable. So that goes back to what we're talking about. Is there anyone on the Jets that's untouchable? Apparently, Garrett Wilson is. Find that a little odd, just because if you're going to rebuild, I think you just do everything. You make all the big moves. But if you don't get that price, sure, I get it.
You're really big into that.
Yeah, 100%. That's got to go.
Yeah.
It's that. If we're playing coach speak bingo, it's slap hands or clap, talk with the hand, say right or okay after every sentence. Right?
Right. Should I, while we figure out something else to talk about, should I talk about my Giants?
Go talk about your Giants.
Got a question.
Breaking news. No.
Got a question earlier. Wait.
That's I'm just kidding.
From 15 minutes ago.
Yes.
I saw Breece Hall, and I'm like, I'll stop for that.
I'm sorry. I did a little trolling.
Oopsie.
I do have to pee.
That's not needed to be said.
You did a 5-hour sit once. Don't do that.
That's a great point.
Giants.
What would you rather do right now?
I'd rather get up to pee than talk about my Giants. I don't want to talk about my Giants.
Jackson Dart, baby.
It's a good thing you don't have a podcast about the Giants.
Evan Neal. Anybody want him? Jalen Hyatt. Anybody want him? Justina Anderson said the market is cool on Evan Neal. I don't know what that means.
Breaking news: sky is blue, grass is green. No one wants bad player. Crazy.
Does it mean that the market on Evan Neal is cool? Like the kid with blonde spiky hair and he goes That means that people maybe want him, or does it mean that it's cool like there's nothing happening?
That would be the one.
Okay.
It would be that one.
You don't want Deonte Banks? Really valuable kick returner?
Sauce Gardner, Deonte Banks.
Okay, but you can have both.
I'm good.
Do you think
No, I'm
Deonte
good.
Banks would get better from Sauce Gardner by osmosis?
By what?
Osmosis.
That sounds like an illegal
It's
drug.
like photosynthesis.
Yeah, that sounds like something where at the end of the commercial, they're like, you could have this, and this, or
And-
check with this doctor or that doctor before you take.
I honestly would have been okay with my Giants trading for Logan Wilson. I really wanted Logan Wilson.
It's a good player.
He's a good player. He's a good, really good little player.
I have a question about a player's availability on the Giants. Who's a good player?
Okay.
Bobby Okereke.
Bobby Okereke, who would want him? I don't know.
Would you be willing to trade him? What
yes,
would you want?
I would
from
be
him?
very willing to trade him. The frustration about Bobby Okereke is that there were people in that Giants building that clearly did not like him and had hesitations about him. Yet what they chose to do this offseason at the linebacker position is do nothing. They did nothing around him. We had beat reporters on Talking Giants over the spring that were like, yeah, there may be something going on there. And then the temperature kind of quieted down, kind of went down on Bobby Okereke as we got closer to the summer. And like, all right, he's here. He's not going to be cut. But during the spring, there was like people like, hey, there's a weird vibe with Bobby Okereke and the Giants right now. So that vibe was still present, very much so, in the offseason and after last year. Yet they chose to do nothing at the interior linebacker spot. A la the Giants have the worst run defense in the National Football League for basically the third year running. Another good player. All right, define good.
Can't wait to hear this.
Chauncey Golston.
Okay.
He's been hurt,
Fine.
though.
Fine. I'm not mad at that one.
He's been hurt, but he's also buried in the depth chart. That would be a guy that I would trade for a 6th or a 7th round pick, but like he's been hurt the whole year.
Right.
And that's also a contract. Like he has a $7 million cap hit next year, and odds are you can't move that contract. So who wants to trade for Chauncey Golston with the $7 million cap hit? I don't know. I will take a 7th round pick, but he is hurt. What is his health status? Who else? I think that may be it. No, somebody did ask, did the package for Quinnen Williams give me second thoughts on Dexter Lawrence? So Dexter Lawrence right now, I think Dexter Lawrence is not happy with the Giants.
In what way?
I think
suck,
he's
and
That's
it's
a
not
little-
fun.
I think he may not be happy with this contract. Take the bingo board off. Jeff wants me to take the bingo board off. What? Yeah, Dexter Lawrence may not be happy with the Giants. I think there's a chance that he viewed, because he got like an incentive package and bonus kind of thrown at him before the season.
Right.
And a lot of fans looked at that. I mean, even myself, I kind of viewed that as, Dexter Lawrence is underpaid, a really good value contract. Joe Shane gave him some incentives that maybe he could reach. And if he reaches them, and if the Giants have success as a team, then he'll get more money, right? He might have viewed that as a slap in the face. And I think you're possibly seeing a play from Dexter Lawrence that is not up to his par and not up to his standards, and that could even be on purpose.
You think it's on purpose, potentially?
Maybe.
Potentially. Right.
Maybe.
Interesting.
I also think him coming off of a season-ending elbow injury last year, and he is still wearing that elbow brace. He has put on an elbow brace as the last couple of weeks have gone on. And also, he is the most double-teamed player in the NFL. He's being double-teamed more this year than he has been in previous years, but his fall-off in production is so steep that it's noticeable. And despite, I'm sure you guys might have seen that Carl Banks, former Giants linebacker, all-decade player in the 80s, should be a Hall of Fame player. He says your opponents don't respect you. So that I didn't like, and I disagree with that. I think opponents very much do respect Dexter Lawrence, but now 2 weeks removed from him saying that, I think you have to kind of know, and I don't know if if your team analysts have this too. Whenever they challenge a player, right? Whenever like in-house media for a team, whenever they challenge a player, that sometimes means that something is happening behind the scenes, right? It means that Maybe this player is disgruntled. Maybe this player, like there's something going on behind the scenes with this player. Typically in-house state-run media for a team is not going out of their way to challenge guys. Because everything's fine. Everything's lovey-dovey. Everything's dandy, right? When you work for the team. Especially when you challenge somebody like of Dexter Lawrence's standing and the quality of player that he is, maybe something could be going on behind the scenes. I don't know what I want to be done with Dexter Lawrence. What I want Dex to play like the player, the elite player that he is, and I want the Giants to be better. That's what I want.
I do want to add one point.
But my father says it's good to want.
I think that analysis was awesome and spot on. I think one thing in terms of production, and it's really hard to quantify for interior defensive linemen, double team rate, that is a good role to have. Like in terms of box score, putting stats up, it's really hard to do so when you're getting double teamed. But what that does, it gives one-on-one opportunities for other edge rushers or interior defensive linemen to make plays. Oddly enough, Justin Penik, who leads the NFL in sacks currently?
Yeah, Brian Burns. But nobody else is getting home, which is the issue.
Which is an issue, but Brian Burns is getting home because he's getting more of these one-on-one opportunities. Right. Now, granted, you're probably going to see more chips from tight ends now, or maybe he gets doubled and Dex doesn't. That being said, I think your analysis was spot on.
Yeah.
So I guess that what it comes down to is, if the Giants were to trade Dexter, what would you want as a haul?
Like I would need, what did Quentin Williams just go for?
He got a 1 and a 2.
I would need 1 and 2 2s. At least. I may even want 2 1s.
Okay. Because at that point, I think Dex stays. I would be shocked if he gets moved anyway.
I don't think that I don't even think the Giants ownership is at a point where they want to greenlight anything, because I don't know if they fully know what they want to do yet. I have an idea of where I think Giants ownership is and what I think is going to happen with the Giants front office, and I have a lean on where that's going to be. But even right now, I don't know if they want them making any kind of move. John Mara has always been hesitant to trade his franchise players away.
I will say you got to give credit to the Dolphins for moving on from their GM, knowing that he's going to get fired, because now the interim GM could help you build for the future. Sometimes GMs are reluctant to make moves for the future when they know their ass isn't going to be there.
That's exactly what Chris Greer was in that. He was like, I'm not trading anybody. Blah, 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 blah.
Now the Giants are in a relatively similar spot.
Except Joe Shane may not be going anywhere.
Really?
That's the difference. Joe Shane's probably not going anywhere.
Do you think
it's not? I mean, there's still 8 games of disaster football to be had. But I along knowing with what's going on with John Mara and his cancer diagnosis, Joe Shane may not be. Ownership may not be in a position to make such a major move right now.
That's fair.
It's a tough time.
From a non-Giants perspective, that's shocking. I did not know that could be a potential thing. Staying in the NFC East, real quick. What's up?
Chargers trading for Evan Neal. No.
Didn't bite. Nope. Oh, the Chargers get a reclamation New York offensive lineman.
They need who's big. Bobby Hart and Evan Neal at tackle for the Chargers.
Yeah.
All right.
Woo! Speaking on NFC East news, officially, not shockingly, but officially, Adam Schefter has tweeted that A.J. Brown will not be traded. He's going to stay.
It's a great update.
Shelfy.
Woo.
All right. All
right. Him and everyone else tweeting every 3 days that it could happen. It could happen. It was never happened.
There's our Eagles update that we needed to say. One name we have not mentioned, Waddle went unspoken about for a little bit, but it's another guy I don't think that gets traded, Max Crosby.
He ain't going there. He is the Raiders.
That's fair.
Agreed.
He always tweets. He signs off with an Eagles emoji every time he tweets, though, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah. Max Crosby's going nowhere. It's just an interesting topic to be had.
They going to move anybody else, Connor?
They did Jacoby already.
For some reason, the regime
Jackson Powers Johnson.
Yeah, they seem like they don't like him, but when I was at the game the other day, he was the first person to walk out of the tunnel. It was Max Crosby. So, reading the room a little bit, I'm going to say no.
Okay. JPJ, maybe on the move, but probably not.
Okay. Yeah, because that was a big thing with the offensive line shuffling, right? He was the center, he was the center, and then he's not the center anymore.
Yeah, and then
like right before the season.
best offensive lineman behind Colton Miller.
Right, remember him coming out of Oregon? He was like relatively good last year.
Now in the chat, somebody's asking about, is there tight end talk? I'm reading Green Bay reaching out to Cleveland for Njoku. I am finally glad that we get to talk about my Green Bay Packers.
They got Njoku? You just
No.
Oh my gosh.
No.
I did not put that together all
But
the way.
that would make sense for them because they have Harold Fannin Jr. They need the Packers. What the Packers need right now is they need yak threats desperately.
Zach Ertz. That they should go get Zach Ertz.
I don't think Zach Ertz at this point of his career is a yak threat.
They should get.
He's never been a yak threat at any point. in his
They
career.
should
call
get
him no yak.
While
Zach.
we're at it, let them get Brent Selleck too.
Hey, hold on. Now Zach is at least contributing a little bit.
You're not going to replace Tucker Kraft because Tucker Kraft is literally he's one of the best yak players in the NFL right
Especially
now.
at tight end.
Let alone at tight end. He is
Especially at tight end.
simply one of just the best in the NFL at it. And what the Packers are struggling with right now, why I feel like you have these games where they look so dominant, and then you have these games where they look like just an average Joe team when they should kick everyone's ass. That's what they should be doing. And they have that roster and they have the horses to do it. They have the coaching to do it. But why they're not doing it is I think Jordan Love is going through what Mahomes and Allen went through 2-3 years ago, where teams are starting to play zone coverage. I think the Panthers played zone coverage like 87% of the time against the Green Bay Packers. They're going to force Jordan Love to dink and dunk, and Love is a quarterback. I think he has that killer instinct, and this is why I think he can win the playoffs. He has that killer instinct. He wants to drive the ball down the field. He wants to be explosive. He has the accuracy. He has the off-platform stuff. I think he has it all. But he now needs to do what Mahomes and Allen have done so well as they have evolved as quarterbacks, is to work the quick game, to throw the intermediate part of the field by the sideline, throw that 10 to 19-yard range. I think he can do it. LaFleur also needs to call an offense that calls for that kind of stuff. But when you lose Tucker Kraft, and now you're going to be without Jayden Reed until at least around Thanksgiving, and Jayden Reed can be a good yak threat for them. I think you have to get Savion Williams involved more. And if teams are going to play zone coverage, and especially if they're going to play too high, they need to be a better rushing offense when teams are playing too high. You cannot be a below average run unit when you're against too high. You have to take advantage of that. So I think against teams that want to play more man, teams that want to dare Jordan Love to throw the ball down the field, good luck, sayonara. You're going to get beat. But these teams that are just going to play zone, these teams that are going to protect the big play, that's where the Packers are going to struggle putting together these 9, 10, 11, 12 play drives.
Quick shout to Sam in the chat saying Michael Mayer would have been a good tight end target. Kind of like that. I liked him coming out of Notre Dame. And we just mentioned the Raiders recently. Probably not getting dealt. He's not a yak guy, but he's a good player. Like he could have been.
There's been no whispers of tight ends. I mean, Njoku was just somebody that, and that does make sense for the Green Bay Packers.
Actually, now that I mentioned it, and I was kidding a second ago, I kind of feel bad for Zach Ertz now.
Why?
Because he turned into a journeyman there, and then he ended up being like a solid piece in a good young offense with a quarterback that they thought could maybe go on a run this year. Now he's just, their season's like over. their season's over. He just got to.
Hey, they won yesterday.
It's just gonna be tough though without Jayden.
There are.
I have to pee.
You go pee. I think there are two names, Shelf, that we have not talked about again that aren't going to get dealt, but they've been out there. They've been rumored. And I'll start with, I think, the more fun name. I think it's a 0.1% chance, especially with 10 minutes to go at this point. Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I mentioned him earlier. The Jets.
Kyler Murray is an interesting candidate to get traded only because he's on a big contract. I think the shine is worn down now to the point where we're talking about Jacoby Brissett being the better quarterback in Arizona, which is crazy talk. In terms of like Jacoby Brissett is a good player. He fits probably Drew Petzing's offense better. The problem with Arizona is, at least with this coaching staff, they have not used their players. Like they haven't had their players shine. And by that, I mean, they're trying to make these players play their system. We talked about it earlier where you have players that are elite or very good. You find ways to make them work, right? You don't try to force them to do something they're uncomfortable with. Jacoby Brissett's a pocket passer. Drew Petzing likes that. It's quick. Kyler Murray, more athletic base, can work the quick game, but that's not his most comfortable region.
Yeah.
We saw it with Cliff Kingsbury. That didn't go super great towards the end. I'm curious if they would want to make a move and just kind of retool, because that NFC West is very competitive, and they look like the most uncompetitive team in that bunch.
I saw you guys dabbling into the mayor thing. Was there truth to the mayor rumors?
I don't think so. I just texted to Dalton. They run a lot of 12 personnel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense.
Just got brought back. I think they ran it either 50% or 63% of the time on Sunday. So I don't think they want to move away from that at all.
They shouldn't.
Yeah, and especially with Genty too, they're going to want to block a lot with 12 personnel.
Producer Connor said, big Raiders fan, by the way, that he's talking about how the Raiders use 12 personnel nearly 60% of the time, especially with Brock Bowers finally being healthy. We saw a 3-touchdown game this week. You saw it in person, which is super fun. But you have 2 former top 2-round picks at tight end, both good in their own right. Probably not going to happen. The other player, and I was hoping Justin Penik would finish the head quicker, but that's okay. Right on time. Very good. His run to the head is perfect. The other player that's probably not going to get dealt, who's banged up now, who's very good after the Quinn and Williams moves, especially Jeffrey Simmons of the Titans. I think he's one of those guys. I know. I said he's not getting dealt. I said it. We can, this is a live stream. We could pretend. We can have fun. We could talk about good players and hope they get traded.
Pliers.
They're good little
Go
players.
Pliers.
Wait, you haven't done a Chris Ballard impression yet.
I know. I've held out a long time.
You've done it multiple times today.
Not on stream.
You didn't hold out that.
Not on stream. But here's a statement from Chris Ballard on the Sauce Gardner deal. And I'm so sorry in advance.
And this is a real statement.
This is a real quote. Yes.
You're not making
this is
up.
Statement from Colts general manager Chris Ballard.
Okay.
Real statement, fake impression. And I'm sorry in advance. Having the opportunity to acquire talent, a talented player like Sauce Gardner, was one we did not want to pass on. He was a player that we scouted heavily coming out of college, and there's a reason he was a 4th overall pick. Sauce is a proven cornerback. His skill and competitive nature will elevate everyone's play on the defensive unit. We're thrilled he's a Colt. On the same note, A.D. Mitchell's a great person and a great player. We believe he will have success in New York. We do. And we wish him the best as he enters a new next chapter of his career.
You sound like if Jerry Jones was a good person. That's how you just sounded.
He sounds like Chrisley knows best.
Yeah, my Chris Ballard. It's an okay Chris Ballard. It's a little bit more
It's Chrisley.
Upbeat is the way I'd put it.
It's Chrisley knows best. Remember when Chris Ballard defended A.D. Mitchell's character after the draft? All of you saying that this guy's a piece of shit, you're all pieces of shit. That's what Chris Ballard. That's what Chris Ballard said after the draft.
Didn't say that.
After they drafted him.
That's a lie. Complete lie. Lads, I have some bad news. We have 5 minutes to go, and we've gotten crickets around the league.
Yeah, this is it. The league has gone stale.
I'm curious to see if there's going to be any other moves taking place. I'm shocked Bradley Chubb hasn't gotten dealt yet. I'm shocked Breece Hall hasn't gotten dealt yet.
If Breece Hall doesn't get dealt, that's just like the most Jets thing ever. I'd take a 5th for that guy if I'm in their shoes. There's no way he comes back.
So again, you're playing the comp game. They probably want a 4th at a minimum. They probably want a 3rd.
But he's not going to be on the team next year.
Right, but then the question is, do you want a 2026 5 or do you want a potential 2027 like 3 or 4? Probably 4.
Oh my God, producer Jeff talking about how the 2027 draft is going to be really, really good.
And he's posted up too, might I add. If I could throw a camera on him right now, I would.
It's not just me talking.
That's one of my.
It's not me talking.
That's also one of my favorite NFL media bingo board items. NFL media telling me how good the draft 2 years from now is going to be. That is what they're saying.
Dolphins asking price for Jaylen Waddle was too rich. He will be staying in Miami. Titans are not making any more moves. Makes sense. Makes sense. Back to our previous conversation. Trevor Story opting in. I got to go talk baseball real quick. Hello.
Trevor Story opting in. What's his salary?
Sure.
How much money?
We're not doing this.
25 million.
We're
That's
not
my
doing
guess. You think Green Bay is fine sticking with Musgrave? I mean, there's a reason why he drafted this guy in the first round, right? A lot of people talk about does Green Bay have to go tight end in the chat? I mean, I agree. I think David Njoku is the guy that makes the most sense. I mean, what other tight end is out there that could really, provide that athletic advantage, right? But you draft that guy in the first round for a reason. Let's go, Luke Musgrave. I really hope I want the Packers to win the NFC so bad, Shelf.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but
They have a jack of all trades team. They're built really well. I like their depth. They've spammed drafting in the first round on defense, and now I think they're seeing the benefits of it. Their offensive line is filled with guys that they've got from all over the place.
they were handed Micah Parsons by an incompetent franchise.
Do you
Yeah. Okay. Love that.
Howie definitely put a package out there for Micah Parsons.
Yeah,
right?
they said it was 2 1s and multiple other picks involved. They just wouldn't trade him to the Eagles.
Yeah, right.
Apparently, the Eagles offered the best package.
Yeah. That was going to be
Just
basically
straight
my
defense.
question.
I love that about Jerry, though. Good for him. But I wouldn't have done that either if I was him. Hard no. I'll take the second best offer.
Yeah. Max is saying Bill should have traded for a receiver. We talked about how
I said Deebo.
how
Would've been
Deebo
nice.
would make sense. But also, are we at the point with the Bills where similar how I said with Lamar, how Lamar is the system? Are we at that point with the Bills saying Josh Allen is the system and that's fine and we're rolling with that? And we're
No,
okay with
because
that?
Diggs was a dude.
Yeah.
Diggs was good in Buffalo.
I also think
he was
Keon-
a guy.
I don't know if Keon Coleman's going to be a player that you win with in the playoffs.
He's not. I really thought Keon Coleman would have a second-year breakout. I thought he would become a little bit more polished with his routes, and it just never really happened. He's continued to be a contested catcher, which is fine. It's just hard to elevate. If that's your number one trait,
Yeah.
it's hard to become a true number one receiver as just a contested catcher.
Yeah, you have Khalil Shakir and then Dalton Kincaid's who having a really good year.
Finally having a good
we
year.
thought that he would have this year, last year. Those are the two guys that can really get open for you.
Yeah.
But you have Josh Allen. You have Josh Allen. So I almost don't even want to poo-poo on that because you have Josh Allen. So
We do have 2 minutes to go before we get the pencils down tweet. I do recommend, I think we're going to stay here a little bit after the deadline just to see if anything else happens. You never know. If this is it, if the Quentin Williams move was the last move at 2:30 and no team made a move okay, here we go. Deadline deal breaking news from Shelfy. Saints are trading former first round pick Trevor Penning to the Chargers.
okay, necessary. Oh, I get to talk about my favorite thing to talk about in the entire world.
Shania Twain.
No.
Angelo's cheesesteaks.
No, close. Ooh,
Wow, you hate Shania, huh?
No.
You said no really fast.
No. Football related. Good for the Chargers. They need tackle depth. Trevor Penning, probably not very good.
You're going to go in agenda mode and completely shift off topic.
Correct.
Dang gummit, Penik.
I desperately wanted Brandon Cooks to be traded this trade deadline.
Not even close. Not even freaking close to what had just happened.
But I mean, the Saints.
That's the only common thread.
I desperately wanted Brandon Cooks to be traded this trade deadline. Does anybody know why?
I do. Connor does. Everyone in this room. Just say it.
Brandon Cooks is tied for the player. Tied to be traded. That doesn't make sense.
You almost
say it
got
again.
it. You
Get it
just did an
again.
impression of
Get it
me, and I
again.
hate it.
Brandon Cooks has been traded 4 times in his career. That is tied for the most amount of times that a player has been traded in NFL history. The
With who?
NFL put the damn pencils down tweet out. I hate that.
Called it. What did I tell you? Pencils down.
How creative.
Easy. Easiest. That should have been on the bingo card. I'm telling you, it happens every year.
So Brandon Cook's not traded, so now we have to wait. He
Well,
has
we
been
don't know
traded
that.
4 times. He is tied with Kiko Alonso
Who?
and Eric Dickerson to be traded 4 times in their careers.
Kiko.
Former Bird.
LaShawn McCoy trade.
Yeah.
Who won that? No.
At the end of the day, the Eagles won all of them trades.
We got a question. When is the JM football ref guest coming? We actually have a JM football Jeopardy ref guest coming.
Oh, that's coming out soon.
That's
Is
coming
he
out
playing
soon.
in that?
Jolly insisted he wanted to be in it.
With him?
Yeah.
How
And
you
me.
doing?
Lucas Diversa hosting.
What's the
100%.
opening line on Dalton in that first episode?
The opening line?
600?
Minus 250.
250. Give me that. putting a paycheck on the 250 line.
I think a draft.
You
just
said
went
it's
out,
you,
too.
him, and Jaw?
That's insulting.
2
to Jolly Olives.
paychecks.
Is it Thursday next week,
Thursday
Jeff?
next week.
There you go.
Ref guest Jeopardy. Yeah, so Joe Shane didn't. I know a lot of Giants fans probably in here now. Joe Shane didn't do anything, and I think that's fine. I don't really care.
You didn't want him to sell.
I mean, I wanted Deontay Banks, Evan Neal, and Jalen Hyatt on, but who wants them? Nobody wants them.
So you didn't want to sell. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, it's not smart.
I wanted Chauncey Golston gone. Who wants Chauncey Golston, who's been hurt all year? I did not want Kayvon Thibodeau gone, and I did not want Dexter Lawrence gone. So those were your players. Those were your pliers. If anybody wanted Bobby Okereke, sure.
Liars.
They may even be so egotistical that they feel like they need Deontay Banks because they have no corners. Like, oh, we need Deontay Banks. When in reality, he shouldn't see the light of a football field.
Gosh. I thought we were getting dark.
He shouldn't see the light of a football field
Jeez,
for the
Voldemort.
remainder of the year.
Yo. Oh, Vada Kedavra.
Well, I just made it a phrase, producer Joe. I'm not going to say the real thing. Connor,
He's fixing
Connor.
a divot.
Connor
Dan
looks like
Rourke
you
had to
wanna
do a
say
whole
something.
apology tour for saying something like that.
The light of a football field. I didn't say anything bad.
You didn't say anything bad. Not a saying. Completely.
I made up a new saying.
You did.
Connor?
It's not a trade. He did tweet though. You know, before he said there was another trade incoming after
With the Jets, yes.
With the Jets, it was going to be Jermaine Johnson.
Ah, ding dong, Dalton. Well, it didn't happen, so I guess it wasn't right. But
That's what I was confirming to make sure it didn't happen.
that's a
No,
darn shame. I was really
Ricky
hoping it would
does know
happen.
what he's talking about.
I'm upset the Ravens didn't get Bradley Chubb or Jermaine Johnson. I am. I think those would have been fantastic fits for them on the edge.
I was right. They stood pat.
What?
I was right that they stood pat. They didn't do anything.
You did. You were right. Very good. Very bold claim. Very bold claim.
Thank you. What else?
Brees Hall not getting traded is still insane. I think I'm the most mad at that. 'cause
Maybe
that's
nobody
made-
wanted him.
What?
Maybe nobody wanted him. Ever think of that?
We think no one wanted Brees Hall.
Maybe nobody wanted him.
Nobody wanted to give up a fourth for him, probably. But that's all right. The Jets are going to watch him play football on a meaningless football team this rest
Maybe
of the
the Jets
season,
wanna
and
keep
then he's
him.
going to be gone. Doubt.
Maybe the Jets view him like, hey, you're our Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh, boy. They're in no position to go after and set up for
Brees
Jahmyr
Hall
Gibbs.
turns into David Montgomery.
If you
Bree-
put Jahmyr Gibbs on the Jets, it would make no difference.
I disagree.
It would make no difference.
Brees Hall just tweeted, sick about my brothers, man. Happy for them, but I'm sick right now. Did I say that right? Brothers?
Yeah, brothers.
Right. 2 Ds.
You said that right.
Good. Good.
Clip it!
No.
Niners make the playoffs after this. Then, oh, that's where I wanted Bradley Chubb to go. I wanted Bradley Chubb to go to the 49ers.
Did
Oh,
you see
that
the
works.
leading rushers thing that was going around Twitter today? It was just the top 10 rushers in football. I think it started with it was like a Rico Dowd appreciation tweet,
Sure.
but it showed the longest run for each player on the right column.
Huh.
Everyone's like between 55 and 70 yards, and then Christian McCaffrey's longest
Low.
run this season is 16 yards.
Yeah,
and
they
he
can't
did
run the
it, and he
ball.
did it this past weekend against the Giants.
He does it. He's an accumulator.
Crazy. Bro is getting between 6 and 9 yards on every carry. That's it. Every carry.
Dolphins did not deal Bradley Chubb. What are you doing? Oh, God.
That's a guy that people wanted.
How?
That's a guy that people wanted.
Because the Eagles made their move early and it messed up the market. It's always
Messed up
Howie's
the
fault,
market.
dude. Everything is Howie Roseman's fault.
All right, fellas, do we have anything else? Do we think anything's gonna
No.
like any last minute leaks are gonna
Maybe.
leak on out?
It would be really funny if it happened.
I got you.
This better
Reese
be-
Hoskins has
No.
opted out.
No trades for the Pats.
I just love that there's baseball guys opting in and out of contracts during the football trade deadline right now. Like, and no one cares about this news right now.
49ers do need to get. I love the 49ers. I honestly think they could. I don't think they can make the run because I don't think they have the Jimmies and Joes this year, but I just love what Saleh and Shanahan are doing right now. Very jealous of it. Very envious of it. I would give up a significant bodily organ
Whoa.
for Kyle Shanahan.
Like a kidney?
Yes.
Oh, that's a tough sell on the kidney. There's not many things I'd give up for my kidneys.
Connor off camera saying the kidney's important.
It's very important.
I would give it up for Kyle Shanahan, though.
I'd give it up for a Flyer Stanley Cup. Or you know what? I'd give it up for the
but
Canes to win the cup
I'm
this
talking
year.
about a coach. I'm not talking about the result. I'm talking about just getting the coach.
And that's the
Bro
problem.
just wants
And
confidence.
that's,
Bro
I
just
think
wants
that's
to
the,
give it-
and that's the problem. That's the problem right there.
Saleh for the Giants? Ooh, I don't know. Probably not. All right. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to go live on Talking Giants at around 5 p.m. I have decided 5 p.m. is what I am going to do. That conversation will not be as fun as this one because the Giants stink. And this was fun, and I did it with my friends. Whoa!
Hold on, that didn't go.
Did you try to break something at the end? That's your Philly Shelfy right there.
We're okay.
Celebrating the downtimes for the Giants while breaking things. Very
Shelfy,
good.
Dalton Feely, producer Connor,
Nothing broke. We're
producer
okay.
Jeff, and all of you watching. Thank you so much.
Jeff
Like,
looks
comment,
mad at
subscribe.
me.
Go watch the draft that just came out. We have a draft.